Yo, what is up? My name is Luxai, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you the fastest way to improve in Brawlhalla. Okay, so the first thing we have to talk about is you guys don't simplify your game plan. What I mean by that, if you want to improve fast in this game, you have to understand that, this goes for most fighting games too, is that majority of this game is based on fundamentals. If you don't have your fundamentals down, there's not really a reason for you to learn the other stuff until you have fundamentals down. The other stuff in this game you can learn, like just for example, even learning strings and dodge reads, that's really helpful. Like, gets you a lot of damage, sure, but you can learn every single dodge read in this game. You can know how to read perfectly. But if you don't know how to hit your opponent, you're not going to get that damage. So your fundamentals matter so much more than this other stuff. So when you're trying to improve fast in Brawl, focusing on fundamentals is the best thing you can do. So let's start talking about fundamentals. The first one being movement, right? A lot of you guys lack in movement without even realizing it. Here's the thing, you don't just want to learn how to do movement. You don't want to learn, like, if you can snap really fast, that's great. But if you don't know how to actually use snapping, that's your mistake. So let's talk about it. The biggest thing with movement you need to understand is anytime you input any single movement option, you're adding frames to yourself. What I mean by that is, let's just say I want to end like this guy, right? If I was standing right here and I end light, it just does the end light perfect. If I'm over here and I want to end light, I would have to dash and then end light. And nowhere in this dash can I choose to just end light earlier. Like, I can't end light instantly. If I press dash and end light at the same time, it's going to dash me forward, and then it's going to do the end light. So anytime I do a movement option, I'm adding frames to myself. This matters because if I'm in a situation where I'm doing too much movement, I might miss out on something. For example, let's say we're fighting a lance, sure. Let's say the lance player is like in the air, right? And for whatever reason, I'm doing like a dash jump this way, right? And I just keep doing this over and over and over again, right? If the lance player decides all of a sudden they want to do a dare right here, right? Let's say that happens. They do a dare like this. I'm just going to set the bot to stand, and we're just going to have this kind of repeat. So if I'm doing all this dash jumping, they do a dare. All of a sudden, while I'm doing these dash jumps, he's all the way across the map now, and I miss out on a punish. When instead, let's say I'm just standing here, I get a free punish because he just misses a dare in front of me. That's the thing with movement. You're adding frames by doing stuff you don't have to do. I don't need to be doing this dash jump stuff all the time. If it's not working, I don't have to do it. If my opponent isn't feeling anything by it, I shouldn't be doing that. And then when they actually attack, all of a sudden, I'm locking myself into these dash jump frames where he's going to be able to get away. Like, if I try to punish that, look at that. I don't make it in time because I'm too busy dashing around. You can even see where I'm messing up my movement already. I'm doing this dash jump. I'm like, oh, he misses? I need to dash forward and do sidelight. Doesn't work because I'm dashing away from him with this. So your movement's really important. Sometimes the best option is just to stand still and just wait for your opponent. You have to keep in mind your movement should be used only in situations where you need to use it. Okay, so we understand that we're spamming out movement too much. How do we fix that? Well, by just simplifying our movement. Only use movement when you need to. Good example is, let's say we're in a situation like this. Our opponent isn't moving, we're not moving. We shouldn't be in this situation. We should use our movement to take center stage. Great. That's a great way to use movement. Just taking center stage when you can. If you can take stage, great. Perfect use case for movement. Now let's talk about actually fighting our opponent. So, with our opponent, let's just say he's standing still here. He's not doing anything. In that case, we should use our movement to bait him out, to see what he does. So, for example, we can just stutter step forward. We can do a dash jump snap. We can do a dash dance. We can even do a half dash. Just simple things like that. Put pressure on our opponent because we're taking up space. We're making them think, hey, I'm getting close to you. I might attack you, right? If I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, and I'm doing this, do you know when I'm going to attack you? No, you don't, right? So I might just attack you whenever you least expect it, and all of a sudden you're getting hit. So using movement like this is really good to bait out your opponent. The main thing is don't spam this. You shouldn't be doing this over and over and over and over again. You should do it one time. See what your opponent does. Our opponent's still standing still. So maybe I'll do another one. Oh, he's still standing still. Start step forward, nothing. Okay, I'm going to attack him. He's not doing anything. I'm just going to attack him for free. That's how you use movement there. If your opponent does attack, then you just bait him out, punish him. If your opponent decides he's going to panic jump when you approach him, jumps there. If your opponent decides they're going to dash away whenever you approach them. So I tap dash, he dashes away. All of a sudden, I'm just going to dash, overshoot my side light. I'm going to catch him running away. If he decides to spot dodge, right, I just tap dash, wait for the spot dodge, get a free punish. So that's how you punish your opponent. For just standing still, doing nothing. That's how you can use your movement, bait them out, see what they do, punish them for it. If the opposite's happening, your opponent's trying to run in and constantly attack you, then you can use your movement differently. If you can't just straight out hit your opponent for running in, then you use your movement to space out your opponent and let them miss. I think Azuri is a good example for this, just because most Azuri players I see are hyper aggressive. So, let's to Chosen. I'll just turn this off for now, and let's just talk about it. If I use my movement to stay a dash away from him, right, when he's just running and attacking, look at that. I'm getting all this free damage, because he can't hit me. He's wasting his dodge, unable to hit me. I tried to go for a nair there, probably shouldn't have. Let me back away. I'm going to stay dash back. I'm going to try to take center stage here. Oh look, I took center stage. He's trying to attack, I punish. Try to end light there for free, I thought he would land on me. Free punish there. Should have turned around that end light. Did a dash dance, he got baited. Boom, my Sarah. Let's look back at that, right? Just an example of the hyper aggressive, right? I stay dash back, he misses an attack, I dash away in case he wakes up, wastes his dodge, I do inlight. Also look, notice how I have stage control now from that. I wait here, I back away when I see him getting close, because I expect him to attack, and he attacks, I punish. Same thing here, I back away. Now he's off stage, I have all the stage in the world. Tried to go for a nair there, didn't work, right? And then I fast fall into him, that's why I had to dodge back there. And he's floating, he's putting a little pressure on me, but I use this time of him attacking, right? Where I'm like, I don't really know if I have a punish, but I'm just going to take center stage here. Great, he attacks there, I get a free punish. Now I have center stage again. I tried to end light there, I thought he would land, right? Then here, free punish. I dash back again. I tried to end light there, I missed input in with the other way. That's sad. I bait him out there, he doesn't attack. He misses, so I get a free punish. And then he does recovery, I punish him for that, right? Notice how I'm just using my movement, I'm just keeping my distance. And then, if I get in situations where I feel like disadvantaged, I try to use my movement to position myself better. Take center stage. That's all you really need with movement. Understand this. Taking center stage. That's how you can use your movement. If your opponent isn't attacking you, you can try to bait them out with movement. Perfect. See what they do. Then punish them. If your opponent's the one aggressing you constantly, use your movement defensively. Try to get away from your opponent. Stay a good distance where you can still punish them, but you're outside their hit range. Okay, so let's talk about ranked now. When we're playing ranked, or even just playing the game in general, you need to understand that you shouldn't be playing 300 ranked games a day or whatever. You need to have controlled sessions where you're focusing on your mistakes. What I mean by that is, let's just say you have a dodge in habit. If you're just constantly playing ranked 300 games, right, whatever, you're not going to know that you're dodging in because you're just mindlessly playing ranked. The only time you're going to figure it out is on game 438 when Scythe Master 72 decides, oh, he's dodging in, let me just hit him for a quick clip. And then you get clipped and you're like, huh, I'm dodging in too much. You can figure that out way faster just by, let's say, playing 5 to 10 ranked games. After those 5 to 10 ranked games, going back, watching the replays, and catching your mistakes. And you don't have to be some crazy replay analysis, any of that. You just need to find out why you're getting hit, write it down, and say, hey, I'm getting hit because of this. So I'm going to fix that. So we'll just watch this replay, and we'll kind of see what I mean. I just played a game. It's my first game on. So we'll see how I do, right? And I'm going to catch myself for my mistakes. I might even tell you my opponent's mistakes, whatever. So we can go ahead and start here. Let's talk about just what I'm doing. I get the weapon, great. I see my opponent, he's not doing anything. I'm going to attack him for free. Oh, he's still not doing anything, right? No weapon, I'm attacking for free. Oh, he goes up, I get a reaction. And I just take center stage, and I'm waiting. I see he's not doing anything. I catch him for free. I see he aggresses. Great, I get free punishes for that. I get free damage. This is all good so far. My opponent, let's see his mistakes. Right, just in this case, let's say we're playing the Thea. So, Thea player doesn't have a weapon. He approaches me. That's his biggest mistake. He's not using movement properly. He should be playing defensively. He instead decides, dash away, dash back in. He gets hit by my inline. Great, now he's sitting on the wall. He's not doing anything. He's not playing for the weapon. He's just not doing anything, once again. So I'm just like, okay, I'm going to hit him for free. Dodges up into me, so he gets hit for that. Lays to the ground. I almost caught him for that if I dashed in. Then I just catch up going for the weapon. He instantly tries to wake up. You just got hit. Don't try to instantly wake up afterwards, because I'm expecting that. I get a free punish for it. And like you there, because last time you went to stage, just ground, good that you did it. Right? Here's a good punish by him. He actually mixes up. He doesn't just run into me here. He backs away, I sidelight, he gets a free punish. That's how you use your movement to bait someone out. Because he knows I like to approach him and attack. So he's going to use his movement to bait me out. That was a good punish. There he lands into me, right? If you remember before, he didn't land into me. This time he lands into me, so he gets caught for it. He does an instant wake up. I just wasn't expecting his side stick to hit that far, so I get hit. That's bad on me. I should know that sick. Try to catch him for an in light for not moving. I'm thinking to myself, I missed this in light. He's probably going to run into me, so I'm going to use my D light to catch him. Try to do it in light because he wastes his dodge and didn't catch because he's too low HP. Alright, and I catch him for movement again. So far, I'm doing pretty good. I get hit by one wake up I'm just not familiar with. He, on the other hand, he was using movement to approach me too much. He woke up a lot. Those are just mistakes there. He should simplify himself. He should use movement to avoid and play defensively when he has to. He should try to figure out, hey, if I'm getting hit, I shouldn't wake up attack, especially if I'm wasting my dodge and I'm getting caught for it. So I'll just build up a lot of damage. Even there, like, he wastes his dodge there. If I decide to go for side light, that's a free hit. Right. Go for end light there, he gets a free punish. I decide to wake up there because I don't think he's going to avoid it. Right? And he doesn't, so he gets hit by Sarah. That's the thing, you should wake up when your opponent's like going to stay stacked with you. If you know your opponent's going to back out after you hit them, like if you hit them, they're going to back out. You shouldn't try to wake up. Or, sorry, if you get hit, you shouldn't try to wake up against your opponent if you know they're just going to backdash away. If you know they're going to stay still with you, that's when you can wake up, if you have a good move to throw out. There, just avoid them. This is sort of what I was talking about movement too, right? I'm on the side, I'm like, hey, I want to take center stage. Oh, look, I get a free punish for it too. And now I have center stage. Great. Throws the weapon, try to avoid it. Try to catch it for the nair, he gets a free punish. Here, I did about a mistake by kind of dodging into him. I should have dodged away from him, right? Especially if he's unarmed, he just wouldn't be able to catch me. I create distance here because he's approaching me, and I'm like, okay, he's approaching me. I catch his landing. Great. I try to go for a little bit of an overextension, I get hit for it, right? That's another big thing. When I was talking about fundamentals, right? You just need to know fundamentals. If I didn't go for that string there, I actually wouldn't get hit. You don't have to go for that string there. Or extension, I should say. You don't have to go for the extensions. If you really want to simplify this game, play solely fundamentally, go for a true combo, reset. Go for a true combo, reset. Only go for what's confirmed. If you focus on just that alone, you can be any elo you want. That's all you really need. Right? That's what I mean, just don't overcomplicate it. You don't have to do stuff you don't need to do. Are strings good? Yes, they build up extra damage, but you don't have to go for that. Our opponent just attacks us randomly. He tries to wake up. I could have punished it. This is actually just a bad example of movement. I was worried about his side sig because I'm not used to Thea's side sig, so I decided to back up. I didn't feel safe. But because I back up, I'm now too far away to punish, so I can't punish, so I just take center stage, right? Kind of a bad example of movement. He does a recovery, so I catch him for free. Then there we go, he misses the move again. And that's the opponent's mistake so far. If I was the opponent, I would be saying, hey, I'm doing attacks that are missing, I'm doing these GC attacks that clearly aren't working, I'm getting punished for them. I shouldn't be doing that. I should slow myself down, and I should look at what my opponent's doing. My opponent's waiting for me. Maybe I should start doing that. Maybe I should wait for my opponent to mess up. Or, if they're not doing anything, see how I'm approaching. And I'm like, wait a minute. I should start approaching my opponent when they're not attacking me, right? Trying to use my movement, bait them out, see what they're doing. Oh, they're standing still? I'm going to hit them for free. That's how you go about VOD reviewing. You just have to look at why you're getting hit, what you can do better, and then actually act upon that. Right? And it can be just a simple thing. If you just see yourself getting hit because you're running into your opponent, guess what? That's a movement mistake. You're running into your opponent when you shouldn't. Just space out your opponent. If they're not doing anything, bait them out with movement. And then if they are attacking you, just play defensively with movement until you get a punish off of them. If your opponent's going to attack you, you're going to take center stage. If your opponent isn't attacking you and running away, you're going to take center stage. So perfect. Everything all goes together. That's sort of the main things I want to talk about. I know this is kind of a simple video, but I mean, that's the whole point. It's just how to quickly improve in this game. The easiest way to improve in this game is just to focus on fundamentals. If you work on your movement, perfect. If you work on how to actually look at your opponent and just see what they're doing, perfect. Look at why you're getting hit, perfect. That's all you need. Obviously, there's some other things I can talk about, just real quick bonuses. So just focusing on punishing, that's probably the biggest thing. You don't want to just be attacking without a reason. Always make sure when you're attacking, you're going for a punish option that you know is going to hit, guaranteed. So Even in the game I just played, I see my opponent standing still, so I can attack for free, because I know that attack's going to hit, because he's just standing still, not doing anything, so free attack. If I know he's going to land on me, free attack. The easiest way to get punishes like that is if your opponent misses. I'm going to be honest with you, depending on your elo, if you're not like 2500, most likely your opponents are just going to run in at you and attack without any thought process with it. So if you just space out your opponent, wait for them to miss, and punish, you will probably win 99% of all your games just from that alone. That's all you have to do. Just use your movement, space them out, wait for them to miss, punish. And that's great for fundamental training too. Like your fundamentals are getting worked really well because you're learning not to dash in when you don't have to. You're learning to wait for your opponent, to watch them, and see when you can punish. And then you're also practicing punishing, which is good. The only thing to keep in mind is don't try to like run away to the back of the stage if your opponent's just not attacking. Obviously, you want to take center stage when you can. If your opponent's not attacking, you want to hit them for free. Getting used to that's also really important, so make sure you're doing that too. But just in your elo, majority of the time, your opponents will just run at you, attack, and you just punish them. And then you can just reset, keep doing that until you win the game. Only other thing I'm going to mention is just if you want to improve fast, you should... What? Was there a bot in... Training. What? I can remove the bot in training room. Interesting. Anyway, what happens if I launch ranked without a bot? You can go into training without a bot? What? Yo, this looks so weird. I never knew this was a feature. Wow. Yeah. One day I need to make a video about all the updates Brawlhalla made, because this is one I didn't even know existed. The last thing I was going to mention is that a easiest way to improve, if you want to improve really fast, just stick to one main. You shouldn't be switching out constantly if you're just wanting to improve. Any single legend in this roster is viable. Just find whoever you like the most, pick them, stick with them. In my case, I was pretty much a Lance main from day one, right? I wasn't really, actually. I went from, like, I was technically a Bodvar main day one, and then I think, oh, there we go. My controller, like, lagged out there. I was a Bodvar, but I can't speak. I was a Bodvar main day one, pretty much. And then I actually switched to Ada. I was pretty much just a Sig spammer playing with friends. That's just how I was playing. I stick to Ada for the most part. And then after Ada, I started trying Fade Out. And then I got annoyed by Scarlet. I picked Scarlet. Scarlet was my main ever since I was Silver to Plat. And then I switched to Ulgrim because I like Ulgrim stats better. And you can see by the level 100, I stick with Ulgrim for the most part. So just do that. Just pick one legend. Stick with them, right? If there's a crossover you like, just pick that crossover. You like Halo, pick Halo. Halo's leaving soon, so I probably shouldn't mention Halo, but you like Nimue from whatever Nimue's from, pick Nimue. You like SpongeBob, pick Rayman. All these legends are good. Like, there's not a single legend here that you can't just get super high rank with. So just pick a legend you like, stick to them, learn them. Easiest way to improve, just so you're not constantly switching weapons and having to get used to weapons. That's a big thing. But yeah, other than that, this helped you, let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one.